So there's 5 people here. Can you guys hear me? Say something in the chat. Hear me? Hello, hello. Okay, John Owen says, yep. So I guess that means you can hear me? Okay, cool. Yes, right on. Right on. Gotta rock the new Jack Kirby t-shirt. I know you're all jealous about that. Okie dokie. Sorry, it's a new camera. It works really well, but it's dark in here, so it's struggling to focus. So bear in mind, have patience. Okay, it's 20 people, right on. So thanks everybody for tuning in short notice on a Sunday. It's been forever since I announced that I was going to be giving away that custom head cast. I don't know, I keep looking down at the chat and I keep looking down at the figure. So this is the head cast for the classic Iron Man horn helmet from the first several issues. Let's see, issue 3, 4, and 5, I believe, of Avengers. And then for some reason, Jack Kirby started drawing him. I guess probably it was easier just to round off the horns. So I think from issue 6 and onward, he doesn't have the horns on the helmet. But always liked this look for some reason. It just looks very classic to me, very old school comic book design. There you go. And then you also get the arc reactor that you can pop into there, so you don't have to do any kind of painting. You will have to paint the little arc reactors up on the top of the chest. You'll have to paint those yellow like I did on this one. But yeah, this is a good camera. So this is the actual head that you'll be winning. All the other ones are sold. So I tried to make it as glossy as the plastic itself. It's going to be a little bit more glossy and a little bit darker red, but for the most part, from like, if it's sitting on your shelf, you're not going to be able to tell so much. The camera is overcompensating with the light, so the plastic is going to be a little bit more dull. But I tried to get as much of the shine on the mask and the helmet itself to make it look like it was as close to the factory colors as possible. I don't know how many of you guys are customizers or painters, but painting yellow is a huge pain in the ass. I had to paint this thing like, I don't know, 5, 6 coats of yellow in different shades to get the colors just right. I don't know how many of you own this figure, but the colors of the plastic are slightly different in different areas of the figure. So it's kind of hard to get that balance of exactly what shade of yellow to make it. And then to go back in and paint the black without screwing up the red or the yellow. You get these really tight corners, in the front of the mask, and then in the mouth and the eyes. So that was a pain in the ass. And then also to go back and make it glossy, because I had to use 2 different shades of red, and then add the glossy red on top of it. So a lot of work, and obviously it sits a little high from the back. It's not going to be perfect, but if from the front it looks good. Obviously if you want, you can Dremel it out some more and make it sit lower, but I didn't want it to sit too low, and then it wouldn't stay on. There is some sticky tack on the top of the peg, so I'll probably just include a little piece of sticky tack so that it'll stay on there, because otherwise it's not a tight fit. And if you've never messed with resin head casts, that's pretty much commonplace. It's not a forgiving material that has no flex to it, so it doesn't bend when you put it on the peg. So if you're not careful, if you make it to the hole too small, when you press it on there, you're going to either break the peg or break the head cast. So you got to have it on there a little bit loose, and then just use some sticky tack to seal the deal. So anyway, at the end of the stream, I'll give you guys the details on what you will need to do to enter the contest. It's going to be super easy. You just have to follow me on YouTube, or subscribe to me on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram. And you'll need to do some simple stuff on both platforms in order to win the head. I am only giving this away to people in the United States, unfortunately. International shipping, especially post-COVID, is way too expensive and a pain in the ass as far as customs forms and all that crap. So please, only people in the United States. Sorry, Canadians, your shipping is a pain in the ass too. So I wish I could offer it up to international folks, but hopefully somebody who can help you out. I don't know, but with any luck, they're doing a classic Captain America, so we might be getting a classic Iron Man with this helmet. The Toy Biz, when they came out with that Series 1 Iron Man, they had a variant, and this is actually the head cast, the head from that variant that's just painted yellow. It was gold, so I had to buy. I was lucky enough to finally track down. It was ironically a seller in the UK who had the head, or had the figure, and for a decent price, because that figure is getting to be very difficult to find, even loose, for a good price. So I had to get that head. I had to get that figure, take the head off, send it to a friend of mine. He made the casts and then sent them back to me, and then I had to clean them up and paint them. So I sold, I don't know, like 10 of them, and then I kept 2 for myself, and then I'm giving 1 away to fans. So anyway, if you saw my post from yesterday on Instagram, I got the Wolverine box set, and I got Tigra. I actually got her, I think, late the previous week. At least I got 2. I'm trying to remember. I got 2 from GameStop, and then I got 4 more from Dorkside. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that my OCD is crazy when it comes to paint applications. So I always buy, for figures I know I want multiples of, I always buy several multiples, and from different places that I can return them, like GameStop. And then when my pre-orders come in, I return whichever ones are the ugly ones. And all the Tigras I got were actually pretty good. One had like a tiny hairline crack at the ankle joint, so I wasn't going to risk messing with that one. And then they had some tiny gouges in the plastic, like on her thighs. And then for the most part, the paint looked pretty good on all of them. One, I noticed the hairline is a little bit receding where they didn't glue it forward all the way. Other than that, for the most part, the paint looked pretty good. One had the lines, the stripes on her rib cage were a little bit misaligned, but that for the most part, you're probably not going to notice that. So I have noticed that the QC seems to be getting a little bit better progressively. So that's good to see. I can only hope that my my Facebook QC issues page has kind of like lit a little bit of a fire under their ass and said, hey, people are people are watching. People are keeping their eyes peeled for these kind of problems. So don't sit on your laurels, Hasbro, especially when a company like McFarlane is charging $20 still for a lot of their figures, and you get way better. You get more paint and better paint overall. The articulation is still whatever. It's not as good as Legends, but they're still pretty decent. They were doing more double jointed elbows on females before Hasbro has just now. So I'm excited to open Tigra and Shriek since we're finally getting double jointed elbows on these females. So that'll be cool to see. And then, like I said, I did get Shriek. So this is the Tigra I'm going to open. And I am going to open 3 and then keep 1 on card. I like to get, for really dynamic figures like Tigra, I like to get 3 in case I want to do, when I eventually have time to do ACBA and time and space, to be able to do still motion, where you have 3 figures in different poses. So it looks like they're, in action. So that's why I got so many Tigras. And then Shriek, she came from Amazon, and I have a loose one coming from Dorkside. So I have to wait to see how good the loose one looks before I return the extras to back to Amazon. But overall, she looks pretty good paint-wise. I was definitely concerned about the white details on her chest mostly, but both of them look pretty decent. I kind of had to struggle to figure out which one I was going to open first, because they both looked pretty good. So excited, and I was able to track down or snag Armadillo, so I won't be needing the Build-A-Figure pieces. And then we have this huge set. And first I was kind of, I don't know, I mixed. Like, it's nice to get new, it's definitely nice to get new characters, characters that we've needed for a while. But, also the fact that it's just a box of repaints basically is, par for the course, I guess. We we can't always get new sculpts and yeah, you know, we already have this Omega Red. You know, nothing new on him other than paint, and I guess we have a screaming head now, so that's pretty cool. Overall, the paint looks pretty good on these. I'm hoping that this will go on clearance on Amazon maybe for Black Friday, and I'll pick up another set just because I always like to have extras when it comes to exclusives, in case it breaks or the value goes through the roof all of a sudden. Then yeah, pretty cool. I am a huge Wolverine fan. I think by far my favorite of the X-Men, and even before, well before the animated series, I was a big Wolverine fan from the comics. I picked up the first several issues, the first like 4 or 5 issues when he got his own series back in the 80s. That was one of the first comics that I started to collect, and then for whatever reason I only grabbed those first like 5 issues, and then I stopped collecting. I think I was getting more into to manga and stuff like that. But yeah, these should be cool, and I want to make my Mastermind. If you saw Talker Art, he ripped off my idea, and I'm sure I wasn't the first person to think of it, but using the parts from the DC Direct Scarecrow and Mobius, the Target exclusive Mobius from the Loki series, Loki Disney Plus wave, can finally make a classic Mastermind for your Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So excited to do that. So let's see who is all here. We are at 39. Wow, I didn't think I was that popular. So got my buddy Mike, Captain MK Random, Tyler Lalonde, Laser Pants, Robert Downey Jr., which is one of my favorite usernames, Mark Tac, Rob Pollock. Who else we got in here? Vince Villaruz, Kurt K, Trevor McGuire, Matt W, Chase Williams, Omar Hernandez, John Busnick Jr., John Owen, Brian Braddock, 2012, Lane to 61. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Oh my God. Ram Ranuston. Sorry if I'm butchering your names. Pogo B. All right. Thanks for hopping on. Let's open some toys. Ryan, I hope you have a safe trip back to Seattle. He is over in New York at the comic convention. It was so weird just watching Ryan's that's Laser Pants 81, by the way. Watching Ryan's live feed from the convention floor. I don't remember NYCC being that big. It seemed so much bigger on Ryan's live stream than I remember it. I was there like, was that 5 years ago? I want to say it was 5 years ago. And I don't remember them having it downstairs, or maybe I just never went to Artist Alley. Yeah, and it's also underwhelming that there's no, Hasbro doesn't have a presence there. It just, I didn't see anything that exciting getting posted on Facebook or anything as far as like reveals or upcoming figures. They showed that Iron Man from Figure Arts, but I already have the The Bring Arts one is an awesome figure. If you like that design, you know, before you pull the trigger on the figure arts, I love figure arts, but definitely take a look at the Bring Arts one. I was able to get it for like, I know it was less than $100 shipped. I haven't bought a SHF figure in a while, so I don't know what those are going for. But yeah, let's take this. I want to put this Mastermind kit bash together so I can show you guys that before I do anything else. Let's see. Now, what the hell did I do with that guy? I'm so unprepared, so unprofessional. What did I do with my kit bash of Mastermind? Oh, I think it's over here. Some other things I didn't show on Instagram that I got recently was there he is. The new female Snake Eyes G.I. Joe's figures. This gal and Scarlet. Pretty nice figures. I wish they had bicep swivel and obviously double jointed elbows would be nice, but the butterfly joints, especially on the Scarlet figure, work pretty well. I was impressed with those. So yeah, let's show this kit bash with Mastermind. Oh yeah, this is gonna look good. Hey, and the peg even matches. It's like they knew we would want to do this. Very cool. So I got two of these Mobius figures because I want to paint the shirt brown, because I'm pretty sure Mastermind has a all brown outfit. So yeah, that looks really cool. And yeah, if you don't know, this is the top cover piece on the DC Direct Scarecrow. So yeah, you do need to put a little slit in the top opening here. Otherwise, it won't. It bangs up to his mouth a little, or chin too much. So that's about the only real modification you have to do besides heating it up, and you might have to cut it a little bit to get it off. The DC, where did I put that thing? There it is. Yeah, it's got a peg in the chest and in the back that depending on how much, and on the top of the shoulders, depending on how much glue they put on there, you might have to cut it. I think I had to cut it just a tiny bit to get it out, but yeah, this figure's really old, so hopefully with enough heat, it'll just pop off pretty easily like mine did. Yeah, so that's pretty damn good match. I think it looks better in person than it does on camera. Again, this camera kind of washes everything out because it's struggling with the low light in here. But yeah, very, very happy. And knowing Hasbro, they're probably gonna just give us something like this. I mean, it's they're probably never gonna give us soft goods, but I really like the way this looks, and it's gonna stay flat. Unlike soft goods, might have to fight with it. So very, very cool. Now we just need a classic Quicksilver in green. We have the old Hasbro green Quicksilver, but now we need, we have the old Hasbro green Quicksilver, but we need the new body mold. The one from the 3-pack is in blue, so we need the green one. Yeah, very cool. So yet another custom I need to work on. Painting that bad boy. So let's put the Wingard head on this body. There we go. Because this dude definitely likes to appear this way, so he's going to go with my Hellfire Club, which I still haven't put on the display shelf. Just finally put together my Ursa Major. You can see him sitting there. Very cool figure. I wish that we had a what's it called, a neutral head to go with that Build-A-Figure. But as often as Hasbro likes to re-release Build-A-Figures, wouldn't be surprised if they make a deluxe version with a closed mouth, or you're gonna reuse that bath for Grizzly. My only other complaint about it is that the claws aren't painted that well, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. Let's take out cider. Sorry for the noise. That's like the worst sound ever. They really. That was a complaint about the Scarlet that I got from G.I. Joe, is that the packaging is so tight. The plastic mold that she's in, it dented her cheek. All the ones I've seen have a dent from the packaging in her face because of it's they probably put it in there while the plastic is still warm, and the packaging is so tight that it's denting her face. Either that or the defect in the mold, but I think it's a packaging issue myself. I wish they would have put these things in there so they're tight. Sorry, I know it's like the worst, most annoying sound ever. But really nice that they're finally putting multiple shades of paint on these figures. This looks really good. It's a little bit heavy-handed on the pecs, but overall looks really nice. Kind of wish he had 2 sets of hands, but yeah, he looks really good. They've definitely improved their paint game over the past few years. Not only do we have fewer defects, but the quality of the paint and the amount of paint has improved. So it sucks that we're paying so much more for these figures now, but at least they are making some improvements, and they finally listened to me. Put the serial number on the bottom of the foot instead of on the back of the legs. So I would like to think that I am responsible, at least in part, for that, because I've been bitching about it for years and years. So yeah, that's a huge improvement in my eyes. I'm running out of room to put these damn figures. I have shit just everywhere in this room. Let's take out Callisto. We all knew we were going to get her when they came out with that storm. which is fine, you know. Well, my only complaint about her is that she's too pretty. Um, they should have made her a little bit uglier, and I think somebody, I don't know, it wasn't me, but somebody else pointed out that her scar on her face is supposed to be on the other side. Her scar is supposed to be over her left eye. She's got the patch on the right eye, and then the scar is supposed to be over the right eye, or left eye, sorry. Left eye Lopez. So, yeah, you know, pretty basic. No paint from on the lower half of her body, but they painted the studs pretty well and her buckles well. Her face is painted well. Usually on these exclusive sets, they usually do a pretty good job as far as paint goes. I did notice that I think it was Manny, ex-Manny, he has the worst luck. His Jason Wingard has got like stripes going down his chin, but he can probably clean that off with just a tiny bit of acetone. Use very little, you should be able to take that off. But yeah, she looks good. I won't bore you with the last two. Those look nice. The symbol, Omega symbol, in one of the Omega Reds could be a little bit cleaner, but overall, pretty happy with the way that turned out. Let's open Shriek because she's a little easier to open than Tigra. And don't worry, I'll get to the information about the giveaway again at the end of the video. But yeah, you'll need to be subscribed to me here and following me on Instagram. So let's open up Shriek. Only got Shriek and Moreland from this wave. I don't care about movie figures. So yeah, you can keep all those Spider-Mans and J. Jonah Jameson. Not interested. Just interested in the Build-A-Figure. So initially I was like, do I need Armadillo? And once I actually researched the character more, I was like, oh yeah, he's not just a Spider-Man villain, he's a Avengers villain as well. So because honestly, I'm burnt out on Spider-Man. I have all the Spider-Man villains I could need now. You know, I've got all the Sinister Six foes. I don't need all the different Carnages and Venoms and symbiotes. Like I'm good. In fact, I'm going to be selling off a lot of those ancillary Spider-Man characters that I don't have room for, don't really care about. There's too many Spider-Man. There's too many. I really liked Spider-Man as a kid. Yeah, there was this crazy live-action Spider-Man show that I loved as a little kid, but I'm done. Just like Spider-Man is just overhyped. Just too much Spider-Man. It's like Batman. It's just too much fucking Batman. Too much Spider-Man. And not a fan of Superman. Yeah, she looks good. They actually painted all the way up. So when you tilt her back, there's no gap in the paint. So that was something that Hasbro used to really shit the bed on. That looks good. I wish that they would start paying better attention with the torso joint. That it's great that she can go back so much, but she can't go forward. That's it. That's as far as she'll go. Like, give us some forward. That's great, but she can't crunch forward at all. Like, go, dude. That's it. Like half a centimeter, not even that. So, nice to have improvements, but and again, I bet she does the splits better than Spider-Man can. That's cool. So the moment of truth. I mean, I'm not the first to review this figure, and I'm not trying to do a review, but it's so nice to finally get some double jointed elbow action. Very cool. Not only that, but bicep swivel. Awesome. So awesome. Obviously, it'd be nice to have butterfly joints, but hey, I'll take this all day long. How long have we waited? Oh. Now, please make sure you're giving this to us on acrobatic characters and not just, you know, generic characters like Mary Jane. If you're going to use the old body molds, use it on characters that you're not going to be putting into crazy dynamic poses. You know, if you're going to be selective on who to use this mold for, use it on characters that actually deserve it, like Mantis. I'm talking about classic Mantis from the Avengers. That's a character we needed for a very long time. Very high on my list, probably number one on my list for most wanted figures. Now, if it could just give us hair that's more flexible, because she's not going to be able to look up worth a shit with all this hair. Not only is it a thick mold, but there's no flex to it. So, or give us an alternate head, because she's not going to be able to look up. Like, where are you, Spider-Man? I don't know, because I can't look up. I can flex back, but I can't look. My head can't move up. But very cool. Very, very cool. So I think I'm done as far as Spider-Man villains go. We got her and Morlun. I don't think I need any more Spider-Man villains. We got everybody as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure there's C and D list people that other C or D list characters that other people want, but I'm good. I got more than enough Spider-Man villains to go around. Avengers, we still need a ton more Avengers characters. As much as I like this figure, I don't like how orange she is. I know from the minute they revealed her, that's the first thing that came to mind is, damn, she's fucking orange. She's like a Spalding basketball. So freaking orange. Like, what the hell? Who signed off on that? I'm looking at you, Dwight. Why is she so orange? She's fucking Tony the Tiger. So all you MOC people, avert your eyes and your ears because you're about to start crying. Things are actually kind of challenging to open. Ryan is thinking, just rip it. That's probably the easiest way to do it anyway. Just get your finger in there. Yay. So long. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I'm only going to stay live for about another 20 minutes. I'll try to answer any questions you guys might have. Don't have much or very little in the way of any kind of rumors or news, unfortunately. Like I said in the last live stream, Hasbro has really cracked down on leaks they code name everything now in computer databases. So and whoever JT Prime is, like, I don't know why he doesn't like me, but he gives all his information to Jay Cochran from Marvelous News. So it'd be nice to have more people like that would give me information, but I'm always lost to know now. I do have a few friends who have reseller accounts, but again, everything is usually code named, so they'll typically know that there's a wave coming, but who's in it, is pretty much impossible to know until Hasbro says something. Hopefully this tail actually rotates. Yeah, okay, good. Like, if they just pegged that in and glued it, that would be terrible. But yeah, you can rotate the tail. So that's cool. Honestly, I've not watched any reviews for this figure yet. I haven't been watching a whole lot of reviews lately. Watch a lot of podcasts, or listen to a lot of podcasts at work, toy related, but I haven't watched a whole lot of reviews, mostly because like everything is repaints. We know what we're getting into for the most part. Wow, interesting. Her feet are really soft. It's a really soft plastic. So pretty flexible, which I guess is a good thing because you don't have to worry so much about breaking it. You have to worry about breaking the peg. Damn, those are tight. If you're not following Billy Mahoney on Instagram, definitely start following him because he is running into a lot of problems with a lot of the newer figures with breakage, and he does tons of repairs on those figures. So the Miles Morales, he sent me a picture of the butterfly joint just came right out, and fortunately he was able to just pop it in and it worked okay. It wasn't broken, but the QC on that figure is a little concerning. Like, the joints are super stiff in a lot of places, and so I guess when he was trying to move it, it popped out. So definitely follow Billy, but yeah, very nice. I'm very excited about this figure for the potential of getting the other female figures that we need that are feline related. That gap kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Damn, again, wish she would flex forward more. Oh, and you know what? I forgot this one doesn't have there's no disc in the neck. I don't know why they went with this. It has so little range moving forward and back. I don't mind so much. Aesthetically, it looks nice, but make it functional. Put a groove, a channel in the front and the back so that you can actually flex it. Because she's a very dynamic, acrobatic character, and with all that hair, number one, the hair gets in the way, and she can't really look up. So that's frustrating. Bicep swivel, and of course the double jointed elbows. Very nice. Loving that. It's dark in here, so I can't really look at the paint all that well, but for the most part, she's just got like a little tiny speck on her ribs, but other than that, she looks good. I think since I got 3 of these, I'm gonna remove the stripes on the alternate head, the angry face, because I want to say it's the modern version where she's got stripes on her face, but the classic version does not. So I want to at least have a classic head that doesn't have the stripes on her face. Okay, so somebody's asking, if they were to redo all the female characters with double jointed elbows, would you buy them all over again? Not all of them. Definitely the ones that are really dynamic, martial artists type characters. I would definitely consider, depending on what the character was, I would definitely buy a lot of them, like Gamora for sure, Angela, a lot of my just favorite characters that are, probably like Rogue, characters that are, hand-to-hand combat type of characters that you need that kind of articulation for. But, characters like Mary Jane, characters that are like magic users and stuff like that, like you don't really need that. But yeah, X-23, who else? Domino, Psylocke, those type of characters for sure. What else? Somebody found Nova. Robot Downey Jr. found Nova in Michigan. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, Nova. I drove when I was on vacation in my home state in New Mexico. I drove all over Albuquerque and Santa Fe looking for Nova, and didn't find Jack at any of the Walgreens there, not even newer figures. And then came back to Seattle, and he was popping up all over. So I drove up and down the east side here and picked up as many Novas as I could. I already had several that I bought from sellers in Hong Kong. But yeah, that's the only time I've seen them. And I knew that they're, each store was only getting like 2 or 3 max, and that was it. And they haven't showed up again. No signs of Quasar yet. So tell my friends, like, don't snooze if you're even remotely thinking about trying to get the Walgreens exclusive figures. Don't assume that they're just going to show up in any kind of large quantities in your area, because those days are over. They don't get full cases. We used to get like a case of 6 figures per store, and they're not doing that anymore. A lot of stores, unless the store has a high volume of toy sales, they're either not going to get the exclusives at all, or they're only going to send out maybe 1 to those stores, and then the stores that do have high volume, they'll get between 1 and 3 figures per store. So they just don't crank out. And that's the thing that's so frustrating when I would talk to folks in the UK, is that they're getting so much volume, and not only the UK but in Canada, they're getting such large quantities of these exclusive figures that we can't find here at all. It's totally lopsided. You would think those are smaller markets, especially the UK, that they would have a harder time getting them, but it's like they have an abundance of them. They get them first and in large quantities, and they can pre-order them where we can't. We cannot pre-order these figures on Walgreens website. And then when they do hit, they hit very small numbers. So we can't even get them when they do show up. You can't order them online. You can hardly ever find them in stores. And but if you live in another country, you can easily get them. And it's so beyond frustrating that it's totally lopsided that way. So we got like 10 more minutes. So I just want to repeat again that I'm giving away just the head, not the whole figure, but the head and the arc reactor for the classic Iron Man with the horned helmet. This is the actual horned helmet that you will get. Hopefully it's showing up on camera there. So yeah, this is the actual head cast that you will be getting. And for you to win, you have to be following me here or subscribe to me here on YouTube and following me on Instagram. The post that I made this morning just got that Mike Mitchell artwork of the horn helmet. You need to go to that post and leave a comment with just your, well, with you have to comment 2 things all in the same comment. Don't make separate comments. Just make one comment. Put down your username on YouTube so that I know that you're subscribed to me. And then a space, and then after that, you need to enter in a number between 1 and 6,000. So those 2 things, your YouTube username and a number between 1 and 6,000. And then almost the opposite here on YouTube on this video, leave your username for Instagram. I don't care if it's the same thing. Just put your IG handle in the comments here on this video, and then that same number that you left on Instagram, leave that same number here between 1 and 6,000. And then I'm gonna randomly pick a number, and whoever gets closest to that number is going to be the winner. And again, you have to be in the United States, or your shipping address has to be in the United States. You can live in another country and you might have a friend here in the United States that you're going to have it shipped to, and then they can ship it overseas for you. I don't care. But where the shipping address has to be in the United States, because I'm not paying for international shipping for a damn headcast. It's ridiculous how much they charge for that crap. So pretty easy, I think. I'll leave the rules here in the description of the video. Once this is over, probably tomorrow, I'll do that. But yeah, that's all you just got to leave a comment on this video, and then leave a comment for the picture on Instagram that I posted this morning. It's a Mike Mitchell artwork picture of the horn helmet Iron Man head, just like that you'll be winning. And then a number between 1 and 6,000. And I'm going to announce the winner on October 30th, which is my birthday. And yeah, I probably won't put up a video. I'll probably just announce it on Instagram, just because it's going to be my birthday and I'm not going to feel like going live on YouTube on October 30th. So hopefully hopefully that was clear. If you have any questions, just leave a comment on this video. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward, I think. See if anybody, let's see, I see you have the Sentinels on top of your display. Hoping. Oh, no, I don't have those tied down on anything, which I'm not too worried about those. They stand pretty well. It's that monstrosity in the corner that I have on the floor, the HasLab Sentinel, especially with that master mold head on it, is super top heavy. So I did come up with a chair solution, but it hangs over a little bit on the DTOF. I have another DTOF here in the corner that I was going to put it on, but I think I'm probably going to have to get like a piece of wood to set the chair on for master mold. And then I'll probably have him sitting. Either that, or I will put all three of the Sentinels up here, and then put a big screw in the wall, and then just tether him to the screw, so that if he does tilt forward, that he'll get caught on the screw and won't go tumbling off, because we do have earthquakes here in Western Washington. We actually have them all the time, but I've never felt one. I've lived here off and on for 15 years, and I've never felt an earthquake. I did feel them in California when I lived down there, but fortunately have not felt any earthquakes here. But I did. I haven't done the plastic washer method for tightening up the screws and on the knees of my HasLab Sentinel. I'm hopefully will get around to that in the next couple of weeks. I did tighten the screws, and that did make a significant improvement. But the plastic washers, I think, are definitely the way to go. It just really sucks that we have to do that. Like $350 plus tax on this damn figure. You would expect the damn thing to stand. It's frustrating that it does have ratchets in the knees, in the hips, but they're so poorly designed that they're pretty much ineffective. Like, I can't believe they just signed off on that. Maybe the prototype that Dwight got was good, but once that thing hit mass production, the ratchets are just crap, just complete crap. And my coffee's gone just in time. So, so you and me are building a nice Nova core. Yes. Yeah. I've got quite a bit of Nova core, or quite a bit of Nova figures, and I'm actually working on some customs at the moment. So hopefully pretty soon I can start showing maybe some works in progress as far as that. Well, Jay Brill Collector, lucky he didn't have any issues with his HasLab Sentinel. So okay, cool. So once again, giving away the head on this. Oh, the head and the arc reactor, which is you can easily pop that out and put this yellow arc reactor in your figure from the hide Build-A-Figure wave, and then you just have to paint these yellow instead of blue, and pop this head on, and you're good to go. So yeah, just I'll update my post on Instagram also with the rules there, but pretty easy. Just to leave your IG username here and your YouTube username on my post on Instagram, and then leave a number between 1 and 6,000. And then on October 30th, I will announce the winner. So thanks so much, you guys, for tuning in. Yeah, it hopefully it won't be too much longer before I can do another news video. But again, I hardly get any scoops anymore. It's very difficult to try to get new news that people already beat me to the punch most of the time. So yeah, let's see, what was the latest rumors are. I can't even remember at this point, but we're supposed to be getting a bunch of new Avengers next year, so that'll be pretty cool. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.